Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today, we're going to talk about Ethereum, the candle who could. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Let's go ahead and jump in. So, first of all, I know a lot of you are feeling somewhat euphoric, and I think that's only natural to feel. I would encourage everyone, though, to go take a cold shower and get it out of your system. Try to get accustomed to where we are now and treat the money that you have, that you've gained from Ethereum, with the same type of respect you would treat, say, money in your bank account. Now, the purpose of this video is to discuss the implication of this being the candle that could. Now, I know a lot of you guys are already scheduling those Forbes interviews because of what Ethereum's doing. I'll have to ask you to cancel that. I would still contend that in the grand scheme of the market cycle, we have a long way to go. So there'll be plenty of time for interviews later. Let's look at where we are. And also look at maybe some levels of symmetry that we've discussed before. Now, is symmetry on a chart something you can take to the bank? Of course not. You're not going to ring that up at the bank either. But we can look at these areas where we capitulated to back in October of 2018 and where we launched from in March of 2021. Okay? And what you'll notice about this move down and so far this move up is that this one was essentially monotonically decreasing on a weekly time frame, except for this little candle in here. And then so far on a weekly time frame, this one is monotonically increasing. And so the reason I say not to schedule your Forbes interview just yet is because it is still theoretically possible that this could be a wick. Okay? We had one over here, and so everyone's excited. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's take it one step at a time. Clearly, we'll want to keep going up, right? This is exactly where we all want to go. We still have a long way to go in the week. I would say, if we're getting a weekly close all the way up here, it's going to be great for Ethereum. It's probably going to be really great for Ethereum. Even if you wanted to look at it on say this chart, where we're looking at, say, like the linear chart, you can see that so far it's a decisive break. But again, we had a wick above it over here. I mean, this is a line on a chart. Okay, so let's not get too let's not get too attached to it. So it's not hard to imagine the fact that it could theoretically be a wick. So let's bring it back. Let's bring it back for a little bit and see what transpires over the next few days. Now, interestingly, again, if you compare this with this move over here, you'll notice that this was a sheer drop from a modest 0.07. Modest 0.07. So if we were to go back to the place where we had a sheer drop from, we would be looking at that area. And from the current prices for the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation, it would represent another 20% move or so. Now, I don't know that it's worth necessarily getting out of bed for 20%, but it is an interesting move to note if we get that, because at that point is the exact same point where we fell from back in July of 2018. And really, we were even falling before that all the way up to about 0.086. Okay, so and from the current prices, for us to get to, say, 0.086, where would that take us? Well, all the way up here, about another 44% move. Now, for an invariant Bitcoin, which again, we know Bitcoin's not going to be invariant, but let's suppose Ethereum went up, let's say 40% from the current level. That would actually put it at around $4,600 if we were to make it to those valuations against Bitcoin. But remember, and I was somewhat conservative there, but remember, the valuation of Bitcoin is not invariant, and it will continue to fluctuate, and so it's you know, it's a stoichiometry problem we have to deal with every single day, because unfortunately, the valuation of Bitcoin is not constant, and it, you know, it's sort of all over the place over the last few months. I mean, in the grand scheme, the volatility here hasn't been that significant. We've more or less just been range bound, you know, since mid-February, despite the fact that we've been putting in new all-time highs. We more or less have just been range bound since mid-February. And the Ethereum move here that started at the end of March has quickly traversed our uptrend channel. And I told you guys, you know, yes, there's a chance we could come back down, but we also need to consider the implication of a breakout. Okay, and we're not going to say that we, you know, necessarily predicted this breakout, because we also discussed that it could have happened over here, right? It could have happened there, but it didn't, and we came back down. And so in the short term, it appears that, hey, we might be getting this breakout. And so potentially this is the candle who could. The question is it the candle that can close up here as well? And, you know, I would say it'd be nice to see a decisive close well above, say, 0.054, maybe 0.055. I mean, if we close up here, I think that's going to be very bullish for Ethereum. But we still have a long way to go in the week. Now, a valuation of 0.1, which I don't think we're about to imminently get to, but a valuation of 0.1 for the current price of Bitcoin would put Ethereum at $5,500. You know, to be more precise, 5,576. And obviously that would be a fairly significant move for Ethereum if it were to make it there. We've also discussed that in terms of discussing theoretical tops, you should look at the market capitalization of Ethereum over the market capitalization of Bitcoin. I'm not going to pull it up in this chart, but I do think that it is theoretically possible, I think, this cycle to get to 0.1. I'm going to be a little skeptical on our ability to get to 0.15. I'm going to be pretty skeptical on that. Hey, I mean, if we make it to 0.15, great, but I'm going to be somewhat skeptical on that move. So you guys are living through, again, the Ethereum tsunami, right? And we've been talking about this forever. And I think that now you can probably better appreciate in the future what I'm talking about when altcoins have their narrative spent. Okay, so there's going to come a time in the future when Ethereum competitors rally on the idea that they're going to replace Ethereum, and when they're rallying, that again will be the last time you the last thing you want to do is converting your Ethereum into those altcoins after they've been rallying for a while. You want to be in those positions of those coins if you want to hold them before they start that rally, not chase the pump. So let's continue on through the week and just take inventory on where the Ethereum valuation against Bitcoin continues to stand. On the weekly time frame, it still looks relatively bullish. I mean, if we're looking at weekly candles, we got 18%, 0.5%, 11%, 19%, 10%. We're already up another 14% this week so far. And we just started the week. So let's take inventory throughout the week. We'll see where we are. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We also have the bull market sell on the premium list, so make sure you guys check that out in the description below. If you've been waiting for a good time to sign up, I think now's the time so you can lock in the low rate. We're going to end the snapshot for the first ITC airdrop, ITC NFT into the Cryptoverse NFT airdrop on Friday, so make sure you guys sign up before then too if you're wanting to receive that. But I think that'll wrap it up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. By the way, the premium list is a way you can understand how I'm navigating these markets among a slew of other things that I'm not going to go through in every single video. But you guys can check that out if you want. Anyway, subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. Remember to click the bell icon to turn on your alerts. And I'll see you next time. Bye.